everyone, thanks for joining me. This is your tarot reading for Sunday the 2nd of August. I'm using the Tarot of the Spirit World again to have a look at what's coming up for you today. I'm just going to shuffle my cards here. See what's going on. Let me focus the camera as well. There we go. Okay. Right. First card is the Star in reverse, and this is really beautiful the way they've done this. Isn't that gorgeous? That she's reflected in the water there as a spirit. I think that's amazing. That's awesome. The spirit in the moon in reverse here is being stuck in terms of emotions, not having let go yet, and being in the process of detoxing. You can't let your light shine just yet because you have to let go of the negativity. So in terms of this card, the spirit can't move on yet because she's still hanging on to something. So the truth is that you have the strength to let go of whatever it is you're still hanging on to. I mean, that's often very common, you know. I can't forgive a certain person because of what they've done to me. And if I do, I mean, I'm thinking out loud here. And if I do forgive, the pain of that is going to overwhelm me and is going to consume me, and I won't have the strength to cope. The truth is that you do have the strength to cope, and that when you do actually let go and forgive that person or release the pain or the resentment or put the difficult thing behind you, you are then free, and you won't need as much strength because you're going to be freer and you can let your light shine. So it's counterintuitive, but it's something that's incredibly liberating. And then finally we've got the Nine of Wands here. The Nine of Wands, we've got someone lighting. Oh, this is interesting. We've got someone lighting these wands, and I think it's corn or something, and this big fire comes up, and this kind of devil-like figure comes out as a result of the fire. But really, the 9 is always about peace and completion, okay? It's about finishing something off. And it may be that this negativity was hiding in this cornfield, and this person is now done with that. He's left it behind, so he burns the field down. You know, I grew up in South Africa, and they would burn the fields regularly because once everything had burnt down, the actual ashes would be great fertilizer for the grass and all the crops and stuff to come back. So they did that regularly. It's like a cleansing process, and that's what this is. That you can burn, you can put this tough stuff behind you. The kind of devil that's still hanging around will burn and will be cleansed away and will be released. It can go away, and you can draw a line under whatever it is that's going on here. Okay? So let's have a look at these numbers then. We've got, let's see, what have we got? We've got 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 and 9 is 27. And 11 is 38. 3 and 8 is 11. And 11 is service and altruism. Okay? So you can become much more, you can be much more useful to yourself and to other people if you let this go. If you detox the past, and if you make space for new positive things to come into your life. Which brings me to another thing, actually, because a lot of people who want to do healing work think they have to be healed completely in themselves before they can do anything. But that's not true. We all have something like this going on. We all have things that plague us. You know, we all have things that we still hang on to, and despite those things we can still be of service. Like, for instance, I have a thing that I work on and but that still causes me issues. When I was a little boy, this other little boy, he came to my house and he said, let's go play. I think have I told this story before? I'm not sure. He said, let's go play. And I said, oh great, sure. So we got our little bikes and we cycled off to these like hills to just play, you know, as kids do. And when we got there, all of these other kids were hiding behind some bushes, were hiding somewhere. And when they saw me arrive and saw this other kid arrive, they started throwing rocks at me specifically. And this other kid, I realized, I looked at him, he'd actually lured me out of my house to make this happen. So, you know, that's what some kids do that, and certainly it isn't uncommon. And it's just one of those things, you know, kids bully each other all the time. But that is something that has left something with me. Like, for instance, if I see a group of 5 or 10 men huddled around, I get a little bit antsy. I get a little bit, oh, this is a little bit of a threatening situation. So I still have that all these years later. And I have forgiven that person, and I have actually reached out to that person to put some closure to that, because it has affected me. But there are still lingering kind of things that are there. So I've done everything I can with it to kind of detox it, to let it go. But I still remember it, and I still sometimes get that kind of nervous feeling when there is a big bunch of men standing around. But that's something I pray about, you know, and I hand that over, and I say, when the time is right, I will release that. But in no way, by no means does that prevent me from helping other people in the now. I can still help people. So that's, and it certainly doesn't put me into the position of the victim, even, you know, it certainly doesn't, because that happened a long time ago. And we all have victim and leader, and we all have lots of different roles within us, and we all have experiences like that, but we can choose the kind of roles that we play. So that's what the 11 is about, okay? You can help other people despite some of the stuff you may be hanging on to. So have a wonderful day. If you'd like a private reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com, and remember to subscribe to the channel.